of inquiry from Senator Francis Heiliger on St. Thomas.
Yes.
You're recognized,
Thank you.
Senator.
Through the chair to the personnel director, during your testimony, you made statements of you are in preparation to follow the recommendation of the governor in regards to preparing for distribution of these funds over a 2-year period. Now, if we are aware that this is not a law in existence, why are you doing so outside of that? Thank you.
I'm sorry, Senator, I don't understand the question. I don't
During
understand
your testimony, during the testimony, you spoke about you're currently in preparation to distribute funds over a 2-year period in regards to the recommendation that was sent down by the governor to this body for the payout of these funds for the 8%. I'm asking you, why are you setting up and proceeding with this when it is not currently law to do it that way?
Again, I stated in my testimony, the governor in his state of the territory indicated it was high time, those are my words, not his, that we make this payment, as well as I'm aware that the governor did send down legislation in order to make the government employees whole. And of course, we don't want it to just come upon us, so we get prepared so that the employees are paid timely when the legislation does pass.
Great. So, thank you, Senator Heiliger.
Senator Alma Francis Heiliger, you're recognized.
Good afternoon to the testifiers. Good afternoon to my colleagues. What I want to say is this bill number 34-0077 is a long time coming in regards to the repayment of this 8% to the people of this territory, the government employees. I have sat and I've listened to the testimony of 2 of the testifiers, and while one shared with us that if the money isn't available, the governor will step in and reduce the allotment, but is not also stressing to the public that this body, and only this body, has the authority to control the purse strings of this government. So if the money is short, we can adjust the budget to guarantee that it's there so that people can get their money this year. Now, we also have another individual sharing with us that they're following the governor's mandate in regards to trying to distribute these funds over a 2-year period in 2022 and 2023. This body is trying to pass legislation to pass it this year to guarantee the monies are paid out in 2021. 10 years, the people of this territory, the employees of this government have waited to undo this wrong. I was an employee in this institution when this legislation was passed. I was one of those individuals that ran around to several senators' office trying to beg them to not do this because a NOPA is a contract. Somebody cannot come to work for you. You sit with them and you agree to pay them X amount of dollars for the services they provide to you, and then you decide one day that you're going to take away 8% of them, 8% of their funding without their agreement. Life doesn't work that way. But unfortunately, these are the things that happen in our territory, and unless people go and fight and challenge some of these things in the courts, they continue to happen. I am very happy today to be a sponsor of this legislation along with my colleagues, because at the end of the day, we as the people who are duly elected in this territory have to protect the people of this territory. That's our job. And I cannot sit here continuously listening to the coulda, woulda, shoulda. We cannot sit back all the time making excuses for why monies are not available for certain things when it comes to giving the people what is duly theirs, but we can find it for everything else. I sat here last week where we talked about let's go ahead and do a 2-year projection because life is so great. When I said we need to be a little bit more cautious because in the middle of a pandemic and a state of emergency, we don't know what life has to offer. Ergo, Line 3 shuts down. Sometimes when people speak, people elect people in this institution, all 15 of us, because we're not all the same. We all don't think alike. We all don't function alike. Some of us might want to do things because, hey, this is what they think is best on behalf of the people. Some of us are a little bit more conservative. Some of us have thought process and vision for the future. We're not all the same. But what I will say today, this institution is going to pass this legislation. The people is going to get their money back. And as much as I appreciate whatever thought process the governor had, thank you. I thank my 14 colleagues, which I'm sure all of us is going to vote in favor. But I don't really care whose idea, whose not idea it was. All I care about at this stage is the people getting their money back. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And we can no longer sit back continuously pushing wrong on the people in this territory and not correcting it. We have to stop that. So I don't have any questions for you. And when this bill comes to the full body, I, Alma Francis Heiliger, will be in full support of it. Thank you.